A busy time around HN Live as always. We head into the end of April and action packed, and right front and center for all that is the Western Canada Junior Hockey Prospects Camp in Medicine Hat, Alberta. Much like around the same time it was planned to be last year, but unfortunately due to the pandemic, a little bit later than originally had planned. But the good news is we're back and ready for action again. Hello and welcome inside Hockey Talk. I'm Dave Dawson, and yes, thanks so much for joining us today. We have Dave Kowalchuk, the Dave Kowalchuk. Yes, my longtime friend and the friend of the show and the organizer of the Western Canada Junior Hockey Prospects Camp. Maybe my favorite tournament name for an event ever. Mr. Kowalchuk, thanks so much for making time for us, my friend. And yeah, excitement, I guess, building around the Gas City for this weekend's event, is there not?
Yeah, absolutely. It's another camp coming up here in Medicine Hat, and a long process planning these camps, and a lot of kids to invite, a lot of scouts and coaches to talk to, and we're gearing up for it. Like you mentioned earlier, Dave, it was last August we did this. Great to have you guys as always, doing a bang up job out covering these games. And last year was supposed to be in April or May, and here we are, going to be right at the end of April 29th to May 1st at the Hockey Hounds Arena. And we're looking forward to it.
And maybe those who don't know you as well as I do know that anybody who faces adversity sometimes can get down and get frustrated and think it didn't work out as well. So maybe we'll not do it. We'll try it again another time. And, there's understanding for that. But knowing you as well as I do, you went ahead, you put it on the end of August where a lot of players had already been committed, but you still had such an incredible draw. And this year in 2022, I love watching your social media, where every day there seems to be another scout and another sponsor. Just, Dave, what's it been like to be able to get that time slot and put the work together, and how exciting is this product going to be this weekend?
Yeah, you know what? This year was actually pretty frustrating. Just things happen. Obviously, the Leisure Center, which we usually hosted in, they're doing their every 2 or 3 years, they do maintenance on the facility, and so that bumped us to the Hockey Hounds Arena, which is a smaller facility. So there's been some challenges for logistics and getting players in and having registration. And Shelley Kruger is coming back for our guest speaker series and stuff like that. So very challenging this year. And certainly, the timing just fell into place with the camp. But certainly challenging in that fact that the Alberta Cup is the same weekend. So we announced our camp April 29th to May 1st. And around that same time, Alberta Cup happens to be the same weekend. So, we did lose quite a few kids from that. But again, our numbers are like 240 kids again. I guess the kids know about the camp, right? And that's good. We have a lot of kids returning. We have some new kids like always. And it's going to be good. And like you mentioned, we got a lot of scouts, a lot of coaches coming in. We take care of our staff really well. We like to run a first-class structured organization here, and the kids see it on the ice, and the coaches feel the same way when they're on the bench. And it's going to be a good camp again, and we're looking forward to some big names hitting the ice that you'll see down the road.
Yeah, and first class is always the way that you run things. Back we look at the 2020 Heritage Junior Hockey League All-Star Game and Prospects Game that you put as the incredible showcase together for that when you were part of the Cubs organization, and a guy who always has the desire to do things with excellence. And, when you talk about product quality and guys with great caliber, Sean Mullen is coming this weekend, and we're happy to have him on the air again. And, you look back at the Western Canadian Crown back in January, an event we broadcasted, and Parker Rondo pulls off this ridiculous full speed through the legs move, and we scratch our heads and go, where did we hear that name before? Parker Rondo. Oh, yeah. He was in the 2021 Western Canada Junior Hockey Prospects Camp.
Rondo gains the line. Nice drag out front to the backhand. He scores! What a goal by Parker Rondo!
That's the type of kids you're going to see out there, is just game breakers. And, you're going to see these kids down the road playing Junior A or whatever, maybe even some dub. So, I'm not surprised at all.
So you have, if I stand corrected, 6 teams in the young guns and 6 teams in the juniors category as well. And Dave, again, what does it mean to you to be able to provide this type of showcase, this type of event, and naturally, some of the AJHL and SJHL teams are having their spring camps around this time as well, too, right? So it gives the kids a little bit of that extra coaching. So what does it mean to you to provide some opportunity for these players?
Yeah, certainly that's been the goal for this camp, is to go above and beyond what we're going to give to kids. So, like I mentioned earlier here, Dave, it was challenging this year. We usually do some team building, dry land, stuff like that. So moving to the Hockey Hounds, it was tough this year. So some things aren't happening. We always try to do that extra stuff. So we do the mini combine as well. And, that type of stuff gets these kids geared up, prepared. Even the mental aspect of it with Shelly Kruger, she's coming in. She's a mental strength coach. Does an amazing job talking to all these players who've dealt with COVID, who will deal with struggling and just not scoring goals and stuff like that. She teaches them how to cope with that type of stuff and how to get out of struggles and stuff like that. So, we go above and beyond, and there's not much else to say about the camp. We have a really good staff. It's the same people that keep coming back to help us out here in Medicine Hat, even the coaches. Like, we got some really big names: Ken Pearson, Barry Wolf from Swan Valley, who's been with Hockey Canada before, and Kevin Kaminsky. Like, those are some of the names coming back, and it's just nice to have those guys on the bench, telling these guys what to work on and encouraging them to work hard and play your best. And we can't ask for much more from them. Another challenge was a lot of these junior A teams, they just lost out in playoffs. So now guess what's going to happen? They're going to have their spring camps, and guess what? It's the same weekend. So we did lose quite a few kids. We got invited to junior A camps, and that's okay. We did have wait lists. So, certainly, all the best to those kids that are going to their junior A camps this weekend coming up, and to the kids coming to ours. You're going to get some really good coaches on the bench, and a lot of other teams, coaches and GMs and stuff in the stands watching. So, and of course, right here on HN Live, there was lots watching last year on your program. So, kudos to you guys for coming out.
Yeah, and Dave, appreciate you sharing that as well, the junior A programs. And, we just came out of the Junior B Provincials in Wainwright, and being able to see the Northwest Junior Hockey League, win the BC team win their first ever provincial championship, and what an incredible event that was. And, you have been very close to the Junior B level as well. And, often, a lot of times, sure, that goal is Junior A or major junior for a player, but just the caliber of hockey coming at a Junior B now. I know you have some scouts for Junior B programs. What has that meant to you and obviously you coached in Junior B for a number of years, and you brought that professional level. What has that meant to you in order to provide opportunity for some of those kids to go, you know what, you can still work close to home and play really, really great caliber Junior B hockey?
Absolutely. Junior B is good hockey. Back in the day, there used to be the old Jungle B thing, but a lot of good kids have played Junior B and have made the jump. For instance, even Brent Siebert played a year at Junior B, and he played in the NHL. So, you don't want to end there, right? So I know a lot of guys give up. They don't want to play Junior B. They think that's the end of the world, but certainly it's not. We've got some Kootenay International Junior Hockey League teams coming. I know that's probably one of the premier leagues in Canada, and they have an amazing program that they run out there. All the teams, it's a great league, and for us, even the Heritage Junior League here, it has gotten better over the years. A lot of good kids play Junior B hockey, and some kids maybe just want to stick around home and play local Junior B hockey, and it's good hockey. And you guys would have known. You've covered the provincials for the last how many years, and you've seen the talent. It's unbelievable. Some of these teams, they're basically Junior A teams, and for our guys coming in, don't be afraid to talk to the Junior B teams. And if you're heading down that road, seriously take a look at it, because it's some good hockey, good programs, great coaching, and you never know who sees you out there.
You know, it's been said, diversity is strength, and there's obviously another meaning to that statement. But when I look at hockey career, Dave, you know about that. You played, junior hockey. You've coached in junior A and junior B. You know what it means to have opportunities for a kid, right? And, sometimes maybe a kid plays major junior, he gets injured. He's a third, fourth line junior A, gets a job offer close to home, maybe gets engaged. Thinks, I don't want to play junior B. That's not the mentality anymore. And that's the great thing about a camp like yours, which you get to be able to have that experience and be able to meet some of those coaches, right? Where you talked about the KIJHL. And I think when I think of your camp, Dave, that's what I think of when I think of diversity and opportunity for a player to come in and think, okay, if I want to play major junior, I can, but I can just as easily play great caliber junior B.
Absolutely. So even we got some dub teams coming to our camp. So you got Western Hockey League, major junior, all the way down to junior B. And in the mix there, you got some USPHL, USHL scouts and teams going to be there. So you're getting, like you said, it's a diverse group of scouts and coaches that you're going to get a good look at you. And who knows, Jeremy Blooms, who went to Ontario Junior Reign out in California, he coached there last year, brought a few kids from our camp, and they had amazing seasons for them. They actually did very well this year in their first year. So, the opportunities are endless, and, don't stick your guns to one thing. Have an open mind and open look at everything around you, and see there's lots of opportunities there to grow and become a better player.
To me, maybe if you haven't seen the event before, you're going to have the opportunity to purchase the event pass on hnlive.ca. But, again, not trying to beat the dead horse if maybe that you haven't been able to be a part of it. But I think just as us at HN Live being there and experiencing it, and me knowing you as well as I do, that your desire to put things on professionally, Dave, I think we're really, really excited about this event. And again, the talk from Shelley Kruger, right? The theme of what you said is things didn't work out the way you wanted them to, but you know what? There's a light at the end of the tunnel. And then maybe just if you just speak briefly about the impact of how much that's going to mean to have some of that mental health coaching.
It's massive. I can't even tell you, Dawson, how many parents emailed me after last year camp, and even some of the kids just they're taken back by what she had to say in her presentation, and not even COVID related. I mean, boys struggle with stuff, right? So it's nice for them to see that there's an outlet, there's something that they can work on, or to someone to talk to, and that's the big thing, right? Is someone to talk to and to deal with where they're struggling. Like I said earlier, maybe they haven't scored a goal all season, and it's just draining on them that they can't get things going. And it's just mental strength is what she provides, and she's pretty awesome. I'm excited again to have her back, and she does an amazing job. And I'm sure the guys coming this year are going to be blown away as well.
Well, we're always blown away every time that we get to hang out with you, and we could probably spend another half hour talking about life, but it's for nobody else's business. Maybe one day we'll have a podcast together. Who knows? But Dave, yeah, as always, my friend, thanks so much for welcoming us in for this, and we're looking forward to it. And thanks for spending time with us today.
Yes, thanks, Dawson. Thanks, Corey, and everyone at HN Live. Looking forward to having you guys and showcasing our product and our camp. So awesome. Thanks.
It is the 2022 Western Canada Junior Hockey Prospects Camp on hnlive.ca from Medicine Hat, Alberta this weekend. Get your event pass. You won't be sorry. And maybe next year, get your son or daughter involved in the event and see where the opportunities do lie. Again, on behalf of Corey Brown, Calvin Bellows, and the entire HN Live family, thank you so much for watching us, and we'll see you next time.